Hello, hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
How are
I'm
you
sorry
doing?
if I made you wait.
No, no, not at all. You're 1 minute before time.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I am absolutely fine. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving us your valuable time. We won't take long. So first and foremost, welcome to our exclusive podcast, which is Admit and Beyond. We welcome you for this session for the podcast for with Global Scholar. Uh, and I know that you are now in Germany. And the first question that comes to my mind to ask you is that which university did you attend and what did you study?
Uh, First of all, thank you for having me. I attended Technical University of Darmstadt, which is a public university, and I did my PhD there in social sciences. I think Darmstadt is a public university, a very prestigious one, internationally recognized in technical fields, particularly IT engineering and uh, uh, mm, artificial intelligence, uh, business, and so on. Uh, yeah.
That's nice. And when you've been living in Germany for a few years now, if I'm not wrong, did you face any language barrier?
Well, living as a student in Germany, uh, no one face any kind of language barriers because people do understand and speak English here. Uh, but when it comes to employment, it's a bit different. We will come to it perhaps at a later stage. But if you mean, for example, uh, uh, language barrier for a kind of as a mean of communication, then of course that is not a problem. I mean, uh, it's a kind of a cosmopolitan country, and then everyone speaks English. So I
That's
don't think so. It would be a barrier here in Germany.
That's great. So I think you would know that a lot of Indian students and especially South Asian students are very excited to have Germany as their study abroad destination, especially for the public universities, especially for the low budget, no tuition cost as they call it. So I want to understand that when you went to Germany for the first time, did Germany surprise you in any way? Were there things that you didn't expect? When you went to Germany for the first time?
There were a lot, of course, as you said. First of all, German public education is free. So at any level, school and university education, free means that even at the university you pay that 360 euros per semester, which is even lesser than many universities in India. And also, but in return, students get that free public transport tickets. They can travel across the Germany, and also I would say free meal vouchers, not free, but of course cheap meal vouchers with their student card, and of course a lot of other opportunities such as I would say uh, uh, sports activities, free gym activities, uh, and as well as I would say, yeah. In terms of academic, it's more of a kind of diverse and versatile academic culture. So yeah, I would say I was surprised, especially when it comes to academics. You would see no difference between students. I'd say there is no noticeable social class difference. So students coming from any background uh, will not feel that kind of hierarchy, which is somehow noticeable in many universities. I would say, because I have also studied in lived in India, so it is noticeable out there. Here, it is not much of. Uh, noticeable thing.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic also because, as we are doing admissions around the year, we also see that, the whole notion about study abroad being for the elite sections, being for the people who are coming from, specific economic backgrounds can only go to universities abroad. But I think Germany has broken that bubble. And now we see, students coming from all walks of life, from all economic sections, and how education has become more accessible. And I think the universities also are very academically rigorous, if I'm not wrong. So would you like to, talk to us a little bit about how is the academic life in Germany like? Is it competitive? Is it more theoretical? Is it also very modern, wherein it's more hands-on learning? How is the academic life in Germany?
Uh, See, academics, I would say Germany uh, has internationally recognized universities. All the universities in Germany are among top universities, global universities, I would say. Uh, there is no difference between universities. I mean, those public, well-known universities in US and UK and also Germany. So I would say the academic standards in Germany are well established. It's there is no doubt about it. Uh, and what makes also it's more of kind of research oriented and also practical education here. The academic culture is very much, I would say, open. Uh, uh, Students does not need to be very much obedient to get good scores out there. You can be very much critical in your stance, and you can disagree with your professors, and it may not negatively affect your score. So it's a kind of very much, I would say, there is no kind of patriarchal relationship between students and teachers. So it's a very kind of open and diverse and also a very democratic academic culture, besides having a good quality as well.
That's fabulous. And beyond academics, how is the extracurriculars, or rather, let's say, in terms of part-time opportunities? Because we understand that Germany would just have the 350 euros fees, which is a semester contribution. But apart from that, we also make our students understand that there would be living costs involved. So, in terms of managing and navigating those living costs, which might be a little more higher, which is tentatively, I think, 12 to 13,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken. So, how do the students there usually manage that living cost? Are there part-time opportunities available?
See, the moment a student get to the university campus, they will come across a lot of employment. I mean, part-time employment opportunities. Starting from, they say, this international center or welcome center. They have a lot of resources out there. Uh, uh, Students coming particularly from India, they end up working, of course, as a teacher, sorry, student assistant with their professors or other research institutions. A lot of possibilities are out there. They have, of course, they have this 20 hours employment permit per week, and there are companies here offer wide range of student work employment, and also there are students who work in restaurants, retail stores, and so many companies. They can, of course, most students, this part-time employment would ease a lot of burden, financial burden from them. Uh, uh, but yeah, of course, there are students, they overwork, and then this balance somehow collapses at some point, because there are things which we will come later that should be prioritized. And also, as you said, in terms of how you manage, like some students, they may prefer living in independent apartments, and some may prefer shared accommodation. So it depends how you, like on monthly basis, a student can spend from 900 euros up to 1300 euros, which includes their accommodation, health insurance, and food. So, but if students decide to live a kind of independent apartments, then the price increase. But but this short time, like this uh, the student work or part-time employment, uh, uh, of course, covers their monthly expenses to a great extent.
That's fabulous. So, any piece of advice for Indian students? I'm sure there are lots of stereotypes also attached. Some students say it's absolutely free. Government also gives a stipend. Everything is being paid for. So, would you like to address some stereotypes about living and studying in Germany?
See, there are certain things. First of all, uh, student needs to understand how they plan their future. They want to study and work in Germany, or they just want to study and, for example, go back to India or any other country for employment. So, first of all, if they are choosing between UK, US, and so many other countries, Germany is more reliable because it's free education, but how you manage your accommodation and other expenses, it depends largely on students itself. So now, some students, they may underestimate this language actually initially, and then of course at the end, when they plan to live in Germany, they face some complexities. So especially students who have this, who are coming for masters, this German public university offers them regular German classes free without any further costs. So if they join from the first semester, they join this language classes, at the end of 2 years, they would be very much fluent in German. So I would suggest them starting learning German from a very early stages, because at the end, if you just give it 1 hour a day, that would be also enough to have this kind of B2 level at the end of your graduation. Now, besides that, I would, as I said, that there should be a kind of balance between employment and educational and language competencies. That this employment thing should not somehow be dominated more, and then language competencies and educational competencies should not be very much overlooked. If Germany is, of course, as we all know, one of the greatest or one of the biggest economies in the world. So it has a wide range of opportunity. But of course, they are, when it comes to, because the working language is predominantly German. Of course, there are employment, like English speaking employment as well. I would say not very much limited, but then of course one has to understand that coming to Germany, they have to learn if they want to work. But then there are students that think that, okay, Germany also provides a wide range of possibilities, like international employments. Like you graduated from any German university, then you can work internationally anywhere because it's internationally recognized education. And also, I would recommend students to find relevant internships here in Germany. It is very much important. Any kind of, I would say, some may prefer paid part-time employment rather than internship, but then internship would allow them to have better employment opportunities after their graduation. So that is also much recommended, and it at the same time, they have this opportunity of 18 months job seeking visa during that time as well they can have. But during their like education, if they have this balance of part-time work where they can support themselves financially, at least working on weekends as well, if not on week, they can manage their expenses. But then during the week also at some points, if they can find some sort of internship, that would be a great opportunity for their future employment as well.
That's very interesting. So, if we go back to your argument and your conversation so far, I get an understanding that if the student is learning German language from the start, from the very first day they join uni, and they keep on being consistent with the kind of internships that are being offered, have a good profile, and are scoring well. So, does that mean that their chances of getting full-time employments after they finish university is more bright?
Of course, Germany is now, as say, there is a very high employment demand in Germany, especially
Yes.
in technical fields and manufacturing, automotive, and in all sectors. But yes, as I said, if students plan their future, I mean, carefully, they end up having permanent employment here. Of course, if they learn the language, relevant internships, and all this, it will ease their employment opportunity to a great extent. Yeah.
Right. And as you're living in Europe, my final question would be that, would you also suggest some other countries, or is Germany the ideal destination for seekers, for, students looking for great education, higher education? So how would you rate Germany vis-a-vis the other countries in Europe?
See, based on my experience, uh, people inside Europe is also coming in Germany to a great extent for employment, because the German employment market is kind of more broad and extensive than any other country in Europe. So, of course, living in Germany, I would say, yes, of course, Germany has its great advantages of living, but I don't see any. It depends, of course, on individuals somehow preferences. Some may like some country. I don't know any kind of preferences that country. But when it comes to employment, having a better future, and some sort of uh, uh, health security, employment security, and then I would of course consider and I would recommend living in Germany. Yeah.
That's fabulous. So, as we sum up, is there anything, any piece of advice, suggestion, or if there's any complexity about living and studying in Germany that you'd like to address before we wrap up?
Well, I would say there are complexities which I would. Uh, it depends how you turn those complexities into opportunity. So not only coming to Germany, but if you just travel from Delhi to Pune, life would be totally different, and you have to plan it accordingly, how to navigate those complexities. As I said, starting everything at early stages. I mean, I've seen a lot of students, they think, okay, they just because they are very much fluent in English, they don't need to learn the language. They do need, if they want to live in Germany. And they may ignore those internships here. It doesn't matter how good employment background you have there, but this internships after coming to Germany counts a lot, and it will not only be counted, but it will build your network here. So this networking thing is also something here. And also inside the campuses, I would recommend having kind of broad network building, because here in Germany, you would see people coming from all around the world.
Right.
So yeah, building that kind of internal network and external network with those companies, learning the language. I would recommend students not to somehow give up some extra work of earning, giving up, just earning as much as they require just to manage their expenses, and focusing more on these competencies, language, internship, and building networks uh, uh, for their future here. Yeah.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much. Because, it's always better to hear stories and experiences of people who have already lived it firsthand. And I think this would obviously ease out, the decision-making aspect for most of our students planning to apply for Germany in the upcoming intakes. It was very insightful talking to you today. Uh, Thank you so much. And we wish you well in the future. And hopefully, we'll see you very soon, and you can guide more of our students, planning to come to Germany, and can, give them personalized sessions about how to navigate and how to build a better life in Germany.
Thank you very much. The pleasure was all mine. I really hope I could help the students to come study, live, and work here in Germany.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, Ajmal. Wishing you all the best in life. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having
Thank you
you here
very much.
today.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
pleasure is
Bye
all mine.
bye. Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day.